I just received the Chess Marathon badge, which is given for a game with over 100 moves. Y'all see the graph here was absolutely insane, so we're going to be breaking it down. So I start with the King's Pawn opening. That is my go-to. That's the only opening I will do with white. My opponent goes for the Caro-Kann. So good response for him by the book. So I bring out my other pawn. And I'm just following the formula, you know, 2 pawns and we'll get our knight out, but he decides to take. So I got to take back, and then bam, he sends out his bishop. Now, I guess I go off what you're supposed to do, but it's still a good move. You know, I want to get my bishop developed, get my pieces out. So, bam, he just sends in the queen and wins the pawn, which did catch me off guard. I'm not going to lie. I was playing this game on the couch late at night. So, you know, I wasn't too dialed in. But here we go. So, I decided to attack the queen, because anytime the queen's in the middle, I just want to, like, attack it. So, it just has to keep moving, and then I get more development. But I should have sent out my knight. But I did not see that, so bam, he backs up his queen. Apparently, he's supposed to do a full retreat, but just does not do that. So whenever I see a queen in the middle, bam, we attack it once again. Sending out our other knight, I like that. I get to develop a piece and attack his queen. So, he apparently does a crazy blunder, backs up his queen. Questionable move. I can eventually win a queen. Now, will I actually find the moves? Let's see. So, bam, I'll send out my knight, because I'm like, alright, I get to fork your bishop and your queen. Pretty pro move. So his response is just to move the queen over. Apparently he's supposed to sack the queen, send in the queen there for a knight and a bishop, but he's definitely not going to do that. So bam, I take with the knight, and he just takes it with the queen, which is a questionable move that allows me to win a queen with a discovered attack. And he should have taken the free pawn. Now, what do I do as a pro player? I miss the move. I completely missed the move. I decided to castle. I'm thinking, all right, let me protect my king. You know what I was saying? I did not even see knight to d6 because it attacks the king. He got it taken, and then bam, I can just send in my bishop, but I did not see that. So anyway, we castle. Meter doesn't like that. Now he protects his queen, which allows me to do the same discovered attack, which I don't even see. I just bring out my bishop. I didn't see the attack. I'm thinking, all right, let me get my pieces out. Let's get some development here. Just have a nice stable game. So he brings out his knight, which is another blunder. It allows me to win a queen through a discovered attack. All kind of terrible moves going on here. I mean, this is 900 elo chess. I gotta learn and I gotta get better. Now I missed the move again. Yo, I might be the worst 900 player, bro. I mean, this move seems so obvious in retrospect, but my goodness, dude. I have missed it so many moves in a row. Look over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I missed it 5 moves in a row. This is sad. So anyway, I move up my pawn. You know, I guess I was concerned about the bishop for some reason. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what this move is. Pawn to b4. I have no clue. So he decides to castle, which allows me to do the same discovered attack. It's just, you know, his king's going to be over there if my knight is able to get to this point. Now, what do? Not that. We bring out our bishop. I was thinking, what does that move even do? This leaves my bishop free to capture it. Pretty much does, because he has 2 pieces beamed at it, and I only have 1. Anyway, let's keep it going. So, he takes with his bishop, apparently is supposed to send in the knight, because I can still get that discovered attack, which I don't see. I take with the pawn. Well, that's right, my pawn's there, but oh my goodness, this is bad, because he also has his queen. Alright, so anyway, I'll take with the pawn, and then he takes with his knight, and then bam. I see the attack when it finally opened up. You know, I finally put my knight where it's supposed to go. That's a terrible arrow, but you can just take with the rook, which of course he does. A great move. This is some bad chess. You look at the bar, bro. I am down 4.6, and I believe that's out of 5. I am completely cooked. But we have a long ways to go in this. So grab some popcorn and get ready. So bam, I take the queen because he just left it there, but that does allow him to take my queen. So his rook goes to my back rank. I just take with my rook, and he's able to take my bishop. So I move my rook to d6. You know, I'm thinking, all right, maybe I can connect the rooks, then do some kind of crazy attack that way. So to counter, he just brings out his knight, gets the development going, gets his rook a little breathing room. So apparently I'm supposed to do a rook sacrifice. How is that? How's this a move? He just takes. Why would I? What, he triples his pawns? Why would I sack a rook for a knight just to triple the pawns? Am I? Anyway, yeah, I'm perplexed. So I double my rooks. Computer doesn't like that. Now he moves up his king, and I just back up. So bam. Not a lot going on for me. Very strange position I'm in. So my opponent brings out his knight, and this is when I get worried. Like, I have to like focus and pay attention. It's like wherever he lands, I'm about to get my rook in king fork. You know, we got to be careful about that. So he attacks the rook. I move it over. Best move. Obviously, I'm too pro at chess. He brings out his rook to the e file. I move up a pawn, trying to push his knight, and then he just takes a pawn, which sacks his rook, which of course I see. So bam. Now it still says I'm down because, well, he is attacking my rook, so it is a bit of a trade. Does help me a little on the meter, but we are still down, what, 3.2? That's crazy. So now we're in a bit of a middle game, borderline end game. So I gotta attack the king. He attacks my rook. I take a pawn because that's the goal. We gotta start eating up these pawns because I'm down in the pawn battle. It is not even close right now. Bro, I'd like double my pawns. Just sad. So he brings in his knight. I assume he's trying some type of attack on my king. I'm just keeping an eye on that. No kind of forks, no kind of nonsense. So I take another pawn. I guess that's a bad move. I should take the one over on the B file for some reason. But it is what it is. So he pushes up his pawn. And now the end game's close to equal. This guy, he's confused, does not know what he's doing, but neither do I. So that makes for some good chess action. So I'll put him in check. Apparently a bad move. I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to move my king out. So he has to move his king out of the way. I back up my rook. You know, I'm trying to win these pawns back here. I don't know like that you can do that much to protect them, so he has to move in the knight. I assume he wants to protect the pawn on b7. So bam, I'll put his king in check. A bad move. You know, the computer's like, get this pawn up. But I don't see it because I don't quite know what I'm doing in game wise. So he attacks my rook. I move it down to the first rank, and now it's just kind of move. It's like, when is he going to sell? Moves his knight up out of the way. You know, I thought, oh, this is a pro move. I'm attacking both knights. But after I did it, I noticed this. I'm like, yo, if he sees this, I lose the game, basically, because my pieces are cooked. But luckily for me, he kind of spoiled it. He doesn't even see that. He just moves his knight out of the way, and I'm like, thank you. So we got to be a little more careful about that. Moving our rook back to the e-file. He just eats up a free pawn. Then we go to the back rank. Very good choice. Now he's moving his knights, and he should start pushing his pawns. So let's see. The battle continues. Bam. I'm trying to eat up these pawns, bro. On the 7th and 6th rank, he pushes up. I'm kind of annoyed. All right, I'll take this pawn. And then he defends it with the knight. So it's like, what can I do? I'm gonna just keep moving this rook, trying to win pieces. There got to be some way this guy sells. I mean, sure, he's up material, but I feel like a rook is super OP. So we're just going back and forth. I don't know what that move was. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I can win this pawn. Cannot win that pawn. So bam, he attacks my king. We attack his knight back. He gets up out of the way. That's what it is. It's just a back and forth. Like, who's going to sell? I mean, I'm selling. Apparently, I'm down like 4 on the meter. That is pretty bad. But we just keep attacking. I attack him. He attacks me. I pull up to the 6th rank. Bad move. Rook not safe. Now he just puts his knight on f4, which is questionable. And it says I can win the knight through an eventual fork. So do I find it? Yes, I'll find a good move. I've seen this in so many puzzles. Like, you cannot move your king back. Let me just start pushing the pawns. See if I can do something here. So he is forced to take. And bam! Boom, boom. You are in trouble. He has to back up his king. And I miss a move. Yo, I might be the worst chess player. I guess I'm thinking, okay, let me get this guy back and then go here. But, I mean, he can just escape. This is some terrible chess by me. So he gets his knight up out of there. I move my king out of the way. And my goodness, he puts me in check once again. So it's kind of a back and forth, a bit of a repetition here, which he doesn't want. And what he should do, as the computer says, is just start pushing these pawns. I don't think I'm stopping him, but he pushes this one, which is a fine move. I move my rook to attack his king. He gets up out of the way. Not the best move, but my goodness, I'm still cooked on the meter. So we just gotta hope he sells. Putting him in check again. We're walking his king. He gets his knight out in front, and bam. I'm able to take a piece, and he just takes it back. So, bam, we are down to a king, a pawn, and a rook. Against 4 pawns, 2 knights, and a king. Bad position. But, you know, I fight to the death. Like, I almost never surrender at chess no more. Like, I used to quit games a ton, but now it's like, you know, let me just fight to the death. Push up the king, attack the knight, which we could not even take. I mean, he's protected. And he puts me in check again. So, a bit of that game. He just keeps checking my king. I attack his pawn. He's just kind of sat there in the open. So, I attack his pawn. It looks kind of free to pick up, but he's able to protect it with his knight. And now I have to attack his knight. So, it's just going to be a back and forth. I'm trying to win the pawn. Oh, bam. Found a fine move, attacks the knight, attacks the pawn. He's able to protect it with its king, which I am supposed to put in check with my rook, but I'm trying to get that knight. So he moves his knight up out of the way, attacking my king. I got to move it back. Just a back and forth. Like, who's going to mess up? I have to push my pawn. He tries to take my rook. We got to get him up out of there. Moves the knight to attack my pawn over on f4. It's just a back and forth. It's like I just got to put him in check and then try and like eat a few of these pawns. Gotta figure it out. So bam, bad move here. They say moving this pawn is a better way to block the check. It allows me to use the rook to counter a passed pawn. Will I do that? Yes, sir. I'll pull up over there. It's like, okay, there is no protecting that pawn at this point. So he takes my pawn, I take it. It's like, all right, we got a rook and a king. If I can somehow pull this off, you know, I can checkmate him. Hopefully, you know, if I don't mess that up. So bam, he's pushing his pawn, and then I'll fork the pawn and the knight. Yeah, bad move, and then he decides to protect his knight with his king, which gives up the knight. Boom! Oh, I take your knight and I'll put you in check. Big blunder. I mean, look at the meter here. Just boom. Oh, 50-50. My goodness, you are in trouble. What does he do next? Oh, he moves his king up out of the way? What are we doing, buddy? He's supposed to attack my rook. Now I actually have a winning position. I'm up 4.1. What happened? Because I have a pro move. Boom! You're cooked, bro. Because I got your king attacked and your knight. There's no protecting that knight. You're just cooked. You've got to move your king out of the way. Bam! I'm able to take it and attack his king. Now he moves back. He's supposed to get up out of the way, but I assume he still wants to attack my rook. He's hoping to get that pawn down the board. Not going to happen, buddy, because I have it double attacked, which I guess is not the best move, but I don't think it matters too much at this point. So he's going to try and protect his pawns and find a way to win. So that's the final battle. The meter says it's like free for me, but at the time I'm like, yo, is this actually like doable? Am I going to be able to stop this attack? So let's go. I put him in check. He hides behind his pawns, and I'm getting my king all the way over there, because if he gets a queen, I'm completely cooked. So bam, we got to block the pawns. We got to calculate. We are king walking our way over there. All our moves are like good moves, but not the best. You know, we're supposed to, I guess, get our rook all the way back there. Probably some kind of attack that way. So bam, he's pushing Pete. It's battle to the death. I gotta find a way to stop his pawns and not lose my rook in the process, or else it will be a drop. I'm not trying to draw. And also, I think around here a little before this, he offered a draw. I don't think they keep that in the logs, but I do have a memory. Somewhere in here, this dude offered a draw. And no, sir. So bam, he's pushing P. I'll put him in check. Now he backs up his king. He's supposed to attack my rook. Doesn't do that. We push up our king, have a crazy advantage. He has to move his other pawn up. I'm able to attack it, and he's lacking protection because I ruined the pawn chain earlier. It's just his king and two pawns that are separate. So we move up our rook, a fine move. Coach says player cannot stop me from winning the pawn if I make the right moves. Now will I do that? Yes, I will. Bam! Able to take his pawn here. He tries to attack my rook. Doesn't matter. I'm able to protect it. What are you going to do is nothing. You know, he's protecting the pawn, but I'm protecting the rook. So here we go. It's the end game. I had a previous video versus my guy Charlie. He could not get checkmate with a rook and a king, but watch this. It's just closing the circle. That's all it is. It's just you move your rook in, the circle gets smaller and smaller. So let's get to it. Bam. Just trying to find the right moves here. Just gotta close the circle. It's just one move at a time. My goodness, he did a blunder here. White was better off. Now their position is winning. My position is always winning. Now I do a bad move. I guess I'm supposed to move my rook back. I don't know. I'm just focused on closing the circle. I don't know the principle too well. I just know that if I can close the circles, just protect the rook and don't let this king out of his box. And bam. One move at a time. One move at a time. He's going to get stuck in the corner. Force move, and bam! You got nowhere to go, and that is move 104, which is how I got the chess marathon badge. So if you enjoyed, like and sub, and stay joyful.